Hey everyone, Shiny Sephiroth here, and this was a level that I thought I was going to be stuck on for weeks. But this afternoon I was doing some homework and I needed a break from my brain, so I ended up trying this. I think I spent like 30 minutes on it. Yeah, really shouldn't have done that, but I mean, here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the strategy. Pretty common stuff for a Godslayer match. Made sure not to put any controllers or Einstein revivers because both Kui-Pan and Anubis make them ridiculous. I went and I put on the far left side the Godslayer so I could go ahead and snipe somebody who was easier to kill as quickly as possible, to ramp up his health so that he could have those barriers that Godslayer earns, so he could be invulnerable for a longer amount of time. I also wanted to get him away. Honestly, I would have loved to have taken out Indira first, but with how strong and powerful she is. But there's always the risk of hitting Kui-Pan first and doing some damage to Indira, and then having Kui-Pan heal everybody and make the entire first round a waste of time. So my philosophy is always try to get as many kills under Godslayer's belt as quickly as possible, so that even if the other team goes off, he can survive. Just like that, when that sword shows up, that means that he did technically die, but because he killed somebody else, their soul kind of shields him, and he takes their soul, and he's able to keep fighting. So, and then you just kind of let him do his stuff, put somebody powerful in at the number 1 slot that's not going to affect the other two teams, but at the same time is strong enough to stay alive, to anchor the lover spell that Cupid did. Cupid increases speed and attack to both the people in slots number 1 or 2. And if you go about and you do that, then you are able to and keep them both alive. Then they maintain that for, I think, the first 3 rounds of the match, something like that, or indefinitely. I don't really remember. But yeah, so that was that. This here was the hardest battle. With round number 3, I think it only took me 2 or 3 times to get it done. But this one was a lot of trial and error, trying to figure out what to do. And I went ahead and I bit the bullet. What finally worked, I mean, I tried Houston, tried Einstein, Jane, but in the end what worked was putting in a second defender. The Thinker Yi combo was, I mean, this team hits really hard. The issue partially being Pierre, but I mean, you can only put so many controllers on your team. The next closest I did get was with an Einstein, because it helped delay Ivy and got her to entangle people more often. But in the end, the best route was this one. So instead of having Mecha Valkyrie in the number 4 slot to help Toko take down the number 1 person, I went ahead and I put it all the way to the far right hand side in the hopes that one of these battles she'd plow right through Tchaikovsky, and then the RNG would be in my favor, and she'd go off and take out Pierre. The sooner you get rid of Pierre, the better. There were a few times I tried to put Godslayer here, and so that he could target Pierre, but it didn't work out because I couldn't get any of my other teams to beat round 1. Only the one that has the best ability to beat round 1 was the Godslayer team. So this then is dependent on crossing your fingers and hoping that Valkyrie is going to shoot forward and take care of that Pierre as quickly as possible, not taking out your Pierre or Mecha Valkyrie at the same time. And Thinker plus Yi gives us the ability to do that, to survive the hits when they do happen. And also we have Ivy here to help slow things down and give us a little bit of a breather room, entangling key DPS people on their team so that we don't have to deal with them. And it worked out. So this one was kind of just a stew. It was like, who do I have left? I ended up slipping Jane in after I took out Thinker. The thought process was we get a little bit of health and she'll increase damage output. I slipped Alpha in here as a cross my fingers, and hopefully she'll paralyze people. And she did fantastically this time. She got Zeus paralyzed. The real biggest issue with this battle is Succubus with that. Luckily, it doesn't seem like this round I got any status effects from her wave, which was pure luck, honestly. And then you're also hoping that Chloris will just be in the background, have survived, and will slowly but surely ramp up the damage and throw snowballs at people. I mean, yeah, I got really lucky right there with a lot of the damage having been concentrated on Ralph to get rid of him soon, just so that we have less people on the playing board. And also that Zeus took the next big chunk of damage so that Forest Dancer targets Zeus. It would have been a slam dunk had Succubus taken on more damage, so that Forest Dancer would have targeted her instead of Rockefeller. But still, she is paralyzed this round. It was very serendipitous and fortunate that both Rockefeller and Alpha were on point in paralyzing people. So that was very good, very nice. I'm thankful that happened. Yeah, and right there you see that wave hits. For some reason, we did not get any status effects, which is the reason we were able to win. We got lucky. 2 rounds in a row, no status effects. We were able to go through and win. Yeah, so with this team, once I get my Gil, I don't know. It's good old Gil, from The Simpsons. Once I get, I'm going to call him Gillies. Once I get Gillies up and running, I'd probably put Gillies on this team, maybe switch out Jane. So anybody out there who has a fully stocked... Actually, no, sorry. What I would probably do is put Thinker on this team instead of Jane. And then on this team, instead of Thinker, I'd have Gillies because this is my control team. Well, I mean, it could be the control team. Really, I guess you couldn't go wrong either way. But I would probably lean toward doing it on this one because the control is a little bit more important. You want to trap that light. You want to trap Toko. And Gillies would not only help increase the defense, like Thinker's doing here, but stack Mechanical Queen and help Ivy pin people down more often. And I'm really, once I get my Gillies up, I'm really curious to see how my teams will change, because I really do want to use Zeus. I finally got him to transcend, and yeah, so having a team with Ivy and Zeus and maybe 1 DPS. So Ivy, Zeus, Gillies, and maybe just Force Dancer or just Toko, or Toko and Valkyrie, something like that. To really pin and control the other team, and then let loose and let other teams have more DPS. And this is just for the remainder of Chapter 43, or Chapter 42, because Chapter 43, apparently you need 4 teams. So I think that really getting Gillies up and running for Chapter 43 onward is going to be helpful, because then I have like 1 control team with 1 strong DPS, and then I can spread out my other characters to my other 3 teams. So let's go ahead and look at the let's get our prize. Okay, hopefully it was good. Let's go ahead and check out who we had on our teams. This right here. All right. And I don't remember if I showed the relics for Godslayer, so here's that. I don't think I had. We go here. And get to a point it's going to go through my entire roster once we get to chapter 43. It's gonna be a while. It's already taken a long time here. Holy cow. And yes, I did somehow, like I said, not even trying, 9 out of 9 relics for Caloris. I mean, just kind of happened. So that's cool. Her damage is increased to 500% of her attack, and then her tonnage is 100%. So the first target will take damage up to 40 times the Desert Queen's base attack, while other targets will take damage up to 20 times Desert Queen's base attack. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Wait, does she? Oh, yes. And I'm not sure what to do with extra relic stuff I have, so I'm just kind of sitting on it until I figure out who I want to invest into next. That's one of the keys if you're not spending thousands of dollars on this game, is having some patience and not just willy-nilly upgrading things. Just kind of hold on to it and see what you actually want to invest into. I guess there's a lesson in there about real life and your finances, I guess. Somewhere. That did not use him. I need to figure out what to do with Satan. He's supposed to be really good if you use him right, and mine's just garbage. Oh, wow. I had no idea that was going on. Oh, why did I do that? Wrong button. Okay, who else? We did end up using her for some reason. Okay. We used him. And does he need any of my... Yeah, he doesn't. I'm not doing that. I'm saving that up for someone else. Alright, Kong. Relics. Talents. Whoa. Don't think I did talents for him, so here's that. There you go. Okay, her. Yep, I really want her to be going fast. And it's been working so well, finally, thank goodness. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Fantastic. So what happens when she gets to 25? What changes? So we get another 5% of effect hit. If the target is not affected at the end of the round, it reduces their effect resistance by 15% on the next round. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I'm happy with that. Just torn about getting her to level 30. Yeah, that's a 20% chance to entangle. Gotta see. And I don't believe we used you. Who did we use? Time. So that's all there is to him. I think that's everyone. Yeah. Alright, well, hope that was useful and helpful. Thank you all so much for being part of this channel, you veteran pigeons, you. And I will see you in the next video. Peace!